I hope this is Unpacking the Hope Chest, Episode 2, Slow and Steady Wins the Race. Welcome back to the Unboxing Barbie podcast and to a very special segment of Unpacking the Hope Chest, which, aside from mostly being living birthday cards, these episodes will also bring detail for my listeners about some of the key relationships in my life. I'm your host, Barbie Wolf. Also, regarding spoilers, if that's what we're going to call them, you've been warned. There will be spoilers. Today, I want to share a story that's deeply personal, one that's about power, resilience, and redemption. It's the story of my son, Carrick, who turned 37 today. I was 19 when Carrick was born, and his birth was a long, difficult labor. 36 hours of struggle that ended in trauma, but we made it through. And from that moment, Carrick has held such a special place in my heart. Carrick's journey hasn't been easy. His ACEs score, that's adverse childhood experiences, at least on my side of the tracks, is higher than 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. And for context, a score above 4 indicates significant childhood trauma. This isn't something to wear like a badge of honor, but it's a reality he carried with him. What's remarkable is how he's transformed that adversity into strength. He's the kind of man who's grounded, stoic, and deeply committed. Someone who's built a life of purpose and love, despite the challenges he faced early on. In high school and shortly after, Carrick had a core group of friends. Some are still part of his life today. That kind of loyalty and connection speaks volumes about who he is and who he surrounds himself with. He's earned a bachelor's degree in psychology from Cal State Channel Islands and a master's in business from Pepperdine, all while being a single father. That's no small feat. One of the things I deeply admire about Carrick is how he showed up for his son after his mom and Carrick separated unexpectedly when Jameson was so young. Their custody arrangement wasn't easy, but it was built on respect and hard work. Carrick puts hundreds of miles on his vehicle every week, driving back and forth to make sure that his son had as much stability as possible. That kind of commitment, the willingness to go the extra mile, literally and figuratively, says so much about the kind of father and man he is. He's highly involved, coaching, supporting, showing up, sometimes with less patience or compassion than he probably wishes he had, but always there. That's what matters. He's faced setbacks, like we all do, but he's used them as bridges to the life he wanted. Early on, he chose to live a straight-edge life, which is impressive given his age. Then moved through a less rigid phase with dignity and determination. Now he lives clean, sober, and caffeine-free, fully committed to his family and work. Today, for example, Rick is up in Nevada celebrating his birthday alongside his dad's, whose birthday is just 2 days before his. They're marking both occasions with 3 generations of family and his stepmom. It's a beautiful reminder of the connections and love that surround him. Carrick's story is one of power and self-motivation, but it's also a story of being surrounded by people who love you. He has always been such a compassionate guy and so determined to help. His aunt reminded me of a moment from 1994 during the Northridge quake. Carrick lived close to the epicenter with his father, but in an unusual, at the time, act of kindness, his dad let me keep Carrick for the extended holiday. And we were really thankful that Carrick was with me at the time of the quake. When that kid heard the news, Carrick's first thought was to go back because he had light-up shoes and knew that people were without power, and he knew that he could help light the way for them. He's always been such a neat guy. From my perspective, Carrick's story is one of redemption. Not just for him, but for me as well. It's about the ways we heal and repair, sometimes slowly, sometimes with struggle, but always with hope. He put himself through school while parenting and working. He competed in a triathlon just a few years ago. He gave years in community service during some really rough patches personally as a big brother. He's a dedicated father and a really active member of his local lodge. The kind of guy who picks up trash when he walks by it on his way into a place and rolls up his sleeves to help anyone he cares about. So, what does this all mean? For me, it's a reminder that healing and growth aren't always dramatic or fast. Sometimes slow and steady really does win the race. It's about showing up, making choices, and being there for the people we love, even when it's hard. Carrick's story is a hope chest full of lessons about resilience, love, and redemption. And I'm honored to share it with you today. I am so proud to be his mama. Thank you for listening to this episode of Unboxing Barbie. If you're on your own journey of healing or reparenting, know that you're not alone. Keep showing up. Keep unpacking your own hope chest. Until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Happy birthday, Carrick. I love you so much.